Okay, so sorry about the technical difficulty we just had. So it sounds like um, this is all getting bundled up on the inside, and I had just asked about who you have in your family to talk to about it, and you mentioned your husband.
Yeah.
And how is that? Um, how is that helping?
Um, well, it helps, but he's not really the one that they're taking it out on.
Oh,
And
right.
so, um, so it's nice that he's listening, but he wants to instantly solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a problem that can really be solved except for between the two of them.
Correct.
But it's just trying to remain like it's trying to keep everything going until they finally do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I would personally, in a perfect world, would probably want it to be sooner rather than later, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that's not how it works.
Okay. And so this stress that it's causing you, do you feel as though it's mostly been uh, kept on the inside, or do you have
Um,
more than one place that you can vent and let it out?
yeah, it's probably more kept on the inside because if I talk to my husband, that's
Mhm.
fine. But if I talk to any of the other family members, it'll get back. They'll talk to each.
Mhm.
It'll create a big talking to each other about whatever is shared. So I just don't do that.
Do you have any friends or anything in the community you're a part of,
Yeah, I have
or
some good
church, or?
friends and that, but I don't necessarily like to be the Debbie Downer of the group.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Mm-hmm.
usually keep that kind of stuff to myself.
Okay, yeah, sounds like you do have a lot of it that you've been keeping inside. How's it been affecting your social life, your
Um,
job, your school, your relationship with other members of your family?
Actually, well, I'm real guarded with a lot of what I say to family members,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it leads back to any of that. So it has kind of made a lot of the relationships a little bit more superficial family wise,
Right.
and that it hasn't affected my schoolwork because that's a great distractor.
Huh.
so
Well,
so
that's good.
yeah, that's a good distractor for that.
That is excellent that
I
you're
think
able
it's
to.
worse when it's during the holidays, so I'm kind of glad those are behind us.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it sounds like you are um, putting forth about as much effort as you can put forward to trying to solve the situation. Um, and it also sounds like because it hasn't been resolved yet, it's causing some, like you said, superficiality with your family members when
Mm-hmm.
it's brought up because you don't want
Well, and I have a fear that because of this,
to. Mm-hmm.
my parents will end up retiring and moving to Arizona, which will make it really difficult for me to take care of them later,
Right.
as they age. So,
Okay.
and that's totally because of my own kids. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, because they've had vacation homes there in the past
Mm-hmm.
and that. So now they're feeling like, oh, we don't have anybody or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And so that actually inadvertently um, makes it harder for my husband and I when they age
Right.
to take care of them when things aren't so good.
And um, it's sounds like you've all discussed this before. It's pretty certain that you'll be taking care of them.
Yeah, yeah, because my brother lives he lives down in the south
Mm-hmm.
and he's got oh, his own stuff going on down there.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. We're kind of the primary care people for both sets of parents.
All right. So it seems like you're kind of reaching the end of your rope on on the way you've been able to handle it so far.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on what you think you really need to do or not do?
Yeah, I need to try to, I've been working on this, but I need to kind of try to remove myself from that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's hard because they want to reel you back in.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, in a sense, you're not going to have control over how the outcome comes out. But at the same time, you have all the stress and bottle of emotions that doesn't seem like they're going to get released until maybe come up with a way to either get them to reconcile or just stay out of it.
And the thing is, we've been such a close family, so this has been a really big wreck for the last year. So it's like very hard to watch.
Have there ever been any issues? They don't have to be completely similar to this, but any other major family issues in the past between uncles, aunts,
No,
siblings?
my girls have always been really close to my parents. It's when marriages have occurred. I feel like that has changed it in a lot of ways. Because who they marry kind of affects the whole dynamic.
Oh, well, you know both parties, both people, or all people involved. You seem to know them pretty well and have a pretty close family. Has there ever been a situation in the past between any family member that was a big deal, and what did you end up doing in that situation?
Well, in reference to my parents and my kids?
No, just your family, aunts, uncles, children, their husbands,
We really haven't. I mean, I just felt like the mix with business and family was going to be a problem. And it wasn't that there had been past problems because my kids have worked for my parents before. It's just that I just always feel like it's not very healthy to do that. Okay. And so for the most part, they've always gotten along with my parents. But when the son-in-law started getting involved in the business, all they could see was the dollar figures, not the growing of the business.
Have you talked with your daughter about that?
Yeah, vaguely, because it's such a touchy subject, and everybody gets all defensive.
Yeah.
Because they think you're taking sides or something.
Okay. So. Well, it sounds like we've identified the main issue that's causing your affecting your life personally, and we have enough information here, I believe, to really start working on setting up some goals to deal with this issue and get this off your shoulders. So next session, I believe we will sit down and we can start putting some goals together.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It was nice meeting you, and I will see you in a couple of days.
All right.